Yeah, J6ers are
So, are you okay with this?
I'm fine. Let them show themselves.
She's a psychopath.
And here's Ashley Babbitt's.
Okay, low key, she is kind of a psycho, but I like what she's about. She's a bit of a psycho too, but I like it. We need psychos like that.
Mom, Mickey.
They all know that. They've been here. Where you
I know.
been? You're late, bitch.
I've been here all day.
I like that she's just straight up is like, your daughter's dead because she tried to do an insurrection. Fuck you. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's wild. That's the liberal. That's the final boss of liberalism right there. Actually.
Let our people go!
Guys can protest and say whatever you'd like from the comfort of the sidewalk and the car.
Trump is your president! No prisoners!
Please do not try and come across the street.
Back up!
Tony, I'm right behind you.
Ah, there we go.
This is your enemy list.
This is the deep state target list. Just a portion of it.
Who's target number one?
There's a huge disconnect between the narratives and angles that sort of mainstream media pushes and what the American public feels.
I'm not sure yet if you are or are not on the deep state target list because I haven't consumed all of the information that you've put forth to determine what your status should be.
So we've been hanging
As
out.
we ruin you.
He's so scary looking. Why does this fucker look like Gollum, dude? What is this?
Is he what?
What's your documentary about? Oklahoma City, or is it about Waco?
Well, it's about extremism in America.
Okay, so stop talking to me.
My fans would love if I talked to you, but I can't do it.
So you could make the gun and the suppressor in a day.
3, 2, 1.
I just don't like to told you're not allowed to talk to this person. Like, why can't I talk to him?
There's a growing number of folks that want maximum punishment. Maximum punishment.
I think most people feel like violence is justified in certain instances.
They're dangerous individuals.
Back up. America's founded on violence.
We have to fight back.
They want somebody to take on the system.
Damn, Taylor Lorenz. Let's go.
The January 6th insurrectionists betrayed our country! Traitors! Traitors! Cowards! Traitors! Ashley Babbitt was a domestic terrorist! Traitors! Get out!
Ah, there we go. With the cap.
Bro, that guy looks like he wears one of those masks. You know what I mean? Like those weird masks that people wear, like the face masks that look like a real face, but there's just something off about it. Like those skin masks. You know what I'm talking about?
Apple in the background.
Oh, the tree.
Like a latex
The
mask.
General Flynn unmasking, impeachment hoax, 2020 election. So this is your
Yeah, he looks like he's wearing the mask from Drive. Bro, what the fuck? Yo, why does he look like that? Dude, there's something really scary about this guy's face, man. It's making me very, very uneasy. Is he actually wearing like flesh latex? What's going on? Why does he look like that?
When I'm out of breath, she's my vitals. When I need to ref, she's my ride or die.
So
When
fucking
I'm
annoying.
out of faith, she's my idol.
What is
I just
happening?
can't, she's my idol.
What is this? I got it right. And it still wouldn't fucking do it. It's so annoying. Oh, here. He does. He looks like he's got this fucking weird thing on his face. That was so funny. Oh my God. Dude, I don't know why TikTok does this thing now on the desktop every time. Every single time. It will be like, nope, sorry. I know you clicked on the right thing, but I still don't believe you. I don't believe that you clicked on the right thing.
enemy list.
This is the deep state target list, just a portion of it. Some of the high value targets, if you will.
Who's target number one?
I'd probably say Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
Yep.
Ivan Raiklin is a far-right extremist.
Yeah! Just hit the deep state right in the heart.
Dude, what the hell? Chubb Bruce Willis? No, he also sounds like a fucking nerd.
So who do you think was ultimately responsible for the attack on the Capitol?
So,
dog, he literally looks like the goblins that made the fucking Uruk-hai, okay? In Lord of the Rings, when they're in the mud, like, he looks like the dudes that Saruman was like, yo, you gotta go make me some Uruk-hai, you know? Like, a new orc meta unlocked. Like, down to the fucking floppy ears. What is happening? I can't get over this. He just looks so fucked up. He looks so bad, bro. What is wrong with this guy? He looks like he controls the banks in Harry Potter. Which also, ironically, considering he's a fucking white nationalist, I suspect, it's ironic because that's also a very anti-Semitic depiction of Jewish people, according to fucking J.K. Rowling. Fuck you mean, dude? Fuck you mean you're a Nazi? You know what I mean? Like, what? Yeah, he also looks like Deadpool, too. He looks like everything. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I feel like facial recognition technology would get busted trying to identify his face. He's the pale orc. No, I was thinking of this. This is what I was thinking of,
I'm
yeah.
starving. We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah. Very, very, very strange looking man. Oh, just horrible to look at. Oh, God. No wonder he's a fucking Nazi, dude. He was like, there's nowhere to go for me, I think. It's like, bro, when he says we got to defend the white race, I'm like, bro, I don't know if you're a part of any race. Like, you're not a part of the human race, I think. You're a different category. You're like a straight up orc. Like, fuck you mean we got to defend the white race? Are you defending it from afar? Please. You're something totally different, I think.
I would say probably me. I'm the one.
President Trump retweeted a memo from an individual named Ivan Raiklin entitled Operation Pence Card that called on the vice president to refuse the Electoral College votes from certain states that had certified Joe Biden as the winner.
So my legal strategy forced Nancy Pelosi to conduct the deliberate breach and facilitate the deliberate incited entrapment of January 6th. That is why I'm responsible.
Wait, he wanted to incite January 6th? Okay, and Trump did too. But it was still Nancy Pelosi's fault because she let it happen? What? Did this guy was at January 6th, right? I suspect he was there. So how does that work? Like, he's like, I did January 6th because Nancy Pelosi let me do it. Like, is that what it is? I'm pretty sure he's the pipe bomber. I think this guy's too stupid to make a pipe bomb, dude. I mean, I don't want to take his credit away, you know, if he is the pipe bomber, you know, maybe he is the pipe bomber, but like, he was climbing the wall. Yeah, okay, to be fair, that is a part, like scaling buildings is a part of his goblin lifestyle. It's not like he was doing that on January 7th too, you know what I mean? Like, he never stops scaling walls. Like, when you shine a light on him in the dark, he just scatters away and starts scaling a wall. Like, that's just Nosferatu shit, you know? That's his passive, his racial passive. It's not, you know, he does it all the time.
Responsible, exposing the Nancy Pelosi Fed insurrection of January 6th.
Like, look at him. He's looking around for walls to climb. Like, I can see it. I can see it in his eyes. You think he's like looking around at other people in the room. No, he's looking for, he's like, ooh, this looks like a good wall to climb for me.
He promotes the conspiracy theory that January 6th was a setup
Some people call it entrapment.
Look, he's looking around again. Looking around. Any room he's in, he's like, there's a lot of walls here. I would like to scale them.
A Fedsurrection, a parliamentary coup.
Your shirt. It has a list of names of the Retribution Tour.
And he's got a retribution list.
The Biden laptop cover-up, the COVID-19 pandemic.
For those he believes have wronged President Trump and the American people.
Jim Clapp.
I love when these guys make Excel lists, bro. It's always so funny. I always remember the 4chan Nazi list that Kanye West had of lists of Jews in positions of power. Especially funny because I looked at the list on stream and we found out that like half the people weren't even Jewish. They were either A, suspected of being Jewish, or B, even funnier, secretly Jewish. Like they weren't Jewish, but they actually were type shit. Very funny. When these guys start making lists, you know shit's popping.
Right? Mike Hayden, Brian Kemp, Brad Raffensperger. The list goes on and on.
I prefer the term retribution. Liz Cheney, we're coming for you. Adam Kinzinger, we're coming for you.
You mentioned Pelosi. What do you think she would be charged with in this scenario?
I mean, it's a simple statute.
Commie news reporter approached me at J6 Pardon press conference about to get schooled. Former Green Beret lawyer, deep state marauder, secretary of retribution. What happened to this guy's neck is a real question. Like, because that's the weird part. Like, aside from the goblin build, like, he's supposed to, goblins usually have necks. This is a different kind of goblin.
This is treason. Yeah, absolutely. And I would like to see at the end of the due process, lawful capital punishment.
Will you be disappointed if in 12 months from now somebody hasn't been executed for treason?
I think the nation will be furious.
By the way, guys like this have a 100% shot at being the next Trump shooter, okay? Because they just like live in their own delusion and then they let that fucking fester and that they let that anger and resentment grow inside of them. And inevitably they're like, well, why aren't the deep state pedophiles being executed? And then they're the guys. That's a real... He's next up on the fucking Ryan Ruth list, straight up.
He says even I could be a target.
I'm not sure yet if you are or are not on the deep state target list because I haven't consumed all of the information that you've put forth to determine what your status should be.
But we've been hanging out
as we ruin you.
Dude, it's crazy because like, it's crazy. Back in the day, guys like this would just like yell at a subway station. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, oh man, I wish there were social workers that could just like give this guy the help they need. And now they're in the White House. You know what I mean? Like very cool things have happened for, you know, the soapbox yellers at the subway station. This is their moment. This is their moment in the spotlight. They are popping, dude. It'll never get this good for guys like this ever again. This is their heyday. I love the cop speak too, where he's like, I haven't tactically ascertained the information that you've delved into. But once my tactical ascertainment is over, I will engage in a kinetic situation against you and your family.
Is he what?
Just like you ruined us. An eye for an eye. Look up Leviticus as a Christian man.
We have a problem with Jewish supremacy. We have a problem with a Jewish occupation in our government.
Technology has transformed extremism in America.
Like, this is what I mean. Like, how is that guy? First of all, he said we have a problem with Jewish supremacy and Jewish occupation of the government. And it's like, but Trump's your guy. Like, what? How does this work? I really, really want to know. Yeah, of course that's anti-Semitic chatter. But like, how does that work in his mind? Because that's a guy who's like, you know, Israel's the Jewish state. It's not like he's making a distinction between Israel and Judaism. As a matter of fact, he might like Israel and just hate Judaism in general. A lot of those guys out there. But how does that work in his mind, I wonder? When like he sees Donald Trump put the chair under Benjamin Netanyahu and go like, we got to give another $18 billion to your country, sir? Like, how'd that work for him?
It's your body, my choice.
A fire hose of hate is served to millions of us every day.
They are reviewing a purported manifesto.
Mass shooters publish manifestos online.
An absolute racist hate crime.
This is God's country!
Election deniers stream live as they attack the US Capitol.
God, American Nazis also are like, I don't know about the personal like psychology of former Nazi movements or like Nazi movements during Nazi Germany. I'm sure they weren't, you know, I'm sure they weren't all there back then either. But there's something very funny about the fragility of the modern neo-Nazi movement, especially, where they'll just like cry because they can't say Christ is king or some shit. Like, that's a big deal, right? Like, that's what's ripping apart the right-wing movement right now. Candace Owens likes to say Christ is king. And apparently Jordan Peterson's like, you can't say Christ is king. I don't even know what it's supposed to mean when you say Christ is king. I think like maybe Christian supremacy or something. But it's just so funny that they're like that's the point of contention for these guys. You know what I mean? This is what they're angry about, that you can't say like Christianity on top. Okay, man. Cool. All right. Whatever. I don't know. In Christianity, they call Christ the King of Kings. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a very funny point of contention. It's a very funny thing to be upset over. It's like, you have everything, okay? You literally have everything. The government is doing everything you could have ever wanted. You're like, oh, this guy doesn't like me. Deport him, please. And then the government's like, okay, we'll deport that person. This guy, I don't like the way he looks, deport him. Government's like, sure. They're eroding the First Amendment. No more due process. You get black-bagged and sent to a fucking slave colony. You know, you got it all. You got all your wishes. And they're still sad. They're like, oh, I can't say Christ is king. Oh.
We are the revolution!
The fringe is going mainstream.
And Trump is here to take down those satanic cabals, pedophiles. You know this already.
With the cute military army.
Save the children!
Some believe we are on the brink of a totalitarian state.
Who actually runs the government?
Some believe our government is totally controlled by corporations or a cabal.
Okay, Dani, our government is controlled by corporations. I mean, that's literally true. Okay? I don't think that's an extremist position to say the American government directly is controlled by corporations. Straight up. Like, that's... Anyway, let's continue.
And some see themselves as crusaders in a fight for good versus evil.
Let's be the American people spreading the word of God.
So I've set out on a journey across the country to meet the Americans waging this battle.
This is basically the Mangione gun.
To find out if we really are getting more extreme.
Hey, he's got the right idea.
Or is the extreme just getting louder?
Why do these guys get to carry shields again? Isn't that illegal? Am I crazy? I guess it's their government, the government that gave them the shields that they can carry, I assume. I guess maybe not. Yeah, they're not considered weapons. Riot shields are not considered weapons. You should learn to use Google, himbo. Shut the fuck up, bitch. If you're wearing body armor while committing a felony, it's another felony.
We're not finished yet. We got a long way to go. But we're doing this on the very first day in office, and in just a few moments, I'm not only signing the release of the J6 hostages, I'm signing other things that you're going to love. Oh, you're going to be happy reading newspapers tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Release those prisoners!
Why don't leftists use them in protest? What do you mean? Because they're fucking leftists. You can't do anything. You can't protest as a leftist in general. And it will be officially illegal soon anyway. You can only do it if you're right-wing or if you're directly a federal agent like those fucking Patriot Prayer guys are.
DC Gulag, let our people go!
Guys can protest and say whatever you'd like from the comfort of the sidewalk and the park. Please do not try and come across the street.
It's inauguration night in Washington, D.C., and we're outside the D.C. jail where people have been gathering for almost 3 years to campaign for the release of January 6 convicts.
And for the news who wants to know, is it going to be the violent ones? It's going to be all of them, folks.
I have faith in my heart, brother, that all of you are going to be getting those calls from your attorney real soon.
Sherry Hefner is one of those campaigners. She takes calls nightly from imprisoned January 6'ers.
What I can tell you guys is this. We are dressed. We have our bags packed. We are ready to go.
At the same time, I was receiving a call from inside the jail.
Hello, this is a call from Rachel Powell.
Are we rolling?
This is the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility.
Rachel Powell is serving time for attacking the Capitol with a pickaxe on January 6.
Hey, this is Dani.
This is Dani. How are you?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm still in here. You know, but I was told that with him signing the pardons today that I should be out tonight. But I'm still sitting in here, and so I'm nervous.
But not everyone here is excited for the prisoners' release.
Did you ever think we'd be in a place where just hours from now...
I did not think they would get out, ever.
J6ers are going to walk out of here free?
Absolutely not. No, I could not. I would have told you, you're an idiot. That's never happening. But here we are.
Bree Chapman is one of the few signs of the resistance here in Washington on this inauguration night. She's been counter-protesting at Freedom Corner for years.
I would come down here with a megaphone. I got very personal. There's a lot of protesters for MAGA that will just, you know, say like Trump or generic stuff. But I have spent, I think, going on 3 years focusing on these people.
In 2022, she destroyed a memorial for Ashley Babbitt, who was killed by police on January 6 after entering the Capitol.
Mama Mickey, we love you, honey.
Ashley's mother, Mickey, founded the nightly vigil outside the jail.
Where you at, Mickey?
Is the point to make their life hell?
It's not to make their...
I think these guys are just fucking mentally ill. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, they probably need medication more than anything else. I feel like Medicare for All solves a big part of this problem. Like, if you could just go to a doctor and then a doctor could be like, you need to go to a psychiatrist, and then you get like the right kind of medical cocktail, I don't think you would be doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's never a moment where I watch these guys and I'm like, well, they look like they're sound. They look like they're of sound mind and body. They're just unstable, dude. Like, what are we doing? It's so crazy that we're just, oh, God. Like, mentally unstable people now get so much play from the federal government. It's crazy. Oh, what? Maybe, though politics is a medical category, is fickle. Yeah, dude, that's what I meant. I meant their politics is why they're mentally ill. No, dude, a doctor looks at them for 3.5 seconds. They're gonna be like, okay, you have these medical issues, okay? They're not doing politics, dumbass. They're talking about fucking how the government is run by pedophilic elite that are going to be executed any day now. Once the Trump administration comes back into power. What are you talking about? I get it. Everything is politics, but like, holy shit.
Their life hell. They're making our life hell, and they're dangerous individuals. Here he comes.
Who are these guys?
This is Oreo Express. He was actually at the Capitol on January 6th.
He's the one that
and this
threw
is
the
his
flowers away on the Capitol.
Ashley Babbitt. I actually stomped on her memorial. Anyway, this is
Trump is your president. Trump is your president. J6ers are being pardoned. J6ers are being pardoned.
chatters are like, well, I don't know if we can make a diagnosis here. Yeah, you think it's their politics, chatter? You think it's their politics that I'm saying, like, these guys are very clearly mentally ill? Is it the politics being demonstrated here that makes me feel that way? Trump got bro pussy wet. Benim bana ver bro. Ver bana.
Yeah, J6ers are
So, are you okay with this?
I'm fine. Let them show themselves.
She's a psychopath.
And here's Ashley Babbitt's.
Okay, low-key, she is kind of a psycho, but I like what she's about. Because, like, I would never voluntarily be around these people. They're so fucking... Like, maybe for a brief moment, like what Dani is doing for content, you know, for some kind of investigation into how horrifyingly psychotic these people are. But I wouldn't just like volunteer days out of the week to just go and like fuck with them. She's a bit of a psycho too, but I like it. We need psychos like that.
It's my Mickey.
They all know that. They've been here. Where you
I know.
been? You're late, bitch.
I've been here all day.
I like that she's just straight up is like, your daughter's dead because she tried to do an insurrection. Fuck you. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's wild. That's the final boss of liberalism right there. Actually, I have to deliver packages to people. Oh God. She's the liberal driller. Yeah, she really is. A lot of us just watch from afar and point the finger and laugh, but this lady is just there. This lady is there in the middle of them all going, yep, your daughter died. Rest in piss. That's crazy.
I was in the bar with you, Mickey. You didn't even see me. I saw you drinking. I saw you drinking alcohol in the bar.
The insults go back and forth and back and forth
Talk about stalking.
Move.
before a police officer eventually intervenes.
Is it a trespass order? You know my name, Sergeant Jackson. For my own safety, that's why we're doing this.
Go take care of your kids.
Despite Trump's orders, it's getting late, and there are no signs of prisoners.
Bro, she's fucking... That's dark woke, dude. That's the archetype. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know there was one out there that was just like one of our guys. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's kind of cool. Good for her. Yeah, she is the real dark woke. This is dark woke versus soy right. This right here, when she did the... when she started screeching, like, that's dark woke versus soy right.
Away
on the Capitol. Ashley Babbitt, I actually stomped on her memorial. Anyway, this is...
Trump is your president! Trump
Like, that's the dark woke, soy right.
is your president! J6ers are being party!
Oh my God.
Please, yes. Go take care of your kids!
Despite Trump's orders, it's getting late.
Why are we adopting the far as usage of soy? Because it's funny. Because we're homophobic. Get with the program. Oh my God.
And there are no signs of prisoners being released.
We need to get the marshals. The guards inside are threatening force against our men, and they're messaging out, begging us for help.
Tony, I'm right behind you. Tony O'Sullivan, who's outside the detention center where some people may be released. Tony?
Hey, Anderson, yeah, in the last few minutes, all these demonstrators all rushed towards the main door of the jail. We're not sure quite what is happening. Some of the people inside this prison are...
Oh my God, they're gonna do another January 6th. Everybody stop them. They're doing a January 6th too. To release the January 6th prisoners. They can't help themselves, dude. They're like, we have to keep doing it.
Are hoping to make it to the inaugural balls tonight. They have been told that if they're released... Yeah, okay. We're going to move down here, Anderson.
Put the press back. Push the press back. Everybody's right here. Everybody back up. We're back where we were. The lights, You're an hour and a half until this happens, guys. Back up, please. Set it up on the ground. Back up on the ground.
The night went on, but the releases never came.
I was told by inmates here that they'll let us out in the morning if they haven't done it tonight.
Is it sinking in now that, you know, you're going to be a free woman soon?
Okay, go back to when you're 6 years old and it's Christmas Eve and you know when you wake up in the morning, Santa will have left gifts for you. That's how I feel right now.
The next morning, Christmas arrived.
Glory! Hallelujah! Thank you, Lord! We always said you're a true patriot. Oh my goodness.
Across the country, January 6'ers were set free. And not just people like Rachel, but leaders of extremist groups, Proud Boys, 3%ers, Oath Keepers.
I feel vindicated and validated.
Many with no plans of going quietly into the night.
We've got the dream team. We're back.
The worst thing they did was put us in prison because...
Bro, there are Dagestanis everywhere for those with eyes to see, okay? I love that.
But leaders of extremist groups, Proud Boys, 3%ers, Oath Keepers.
I feel vindicated and validated.
Many with no plans
Where'd the
of
guy
going
go? I
quietly
can't find
into
him.
the night.
We've got the...
Yeah, there's Dagestanis everywhere, dude. Long live the mountainous Republic of Dagestan.
dream team. We're back.
Actually, yeah, my mistake. He's not Dagestani. He's not, because he has he has a mustache.
The worst thing they did was put us in prison because I'm now friends with all the gangster disciples, the Bloods, Crips, all those guys in prison. They love us.
Big O's back. People say you're the guy that put your feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk. It's just not true. I put it on the people's desk.
Amen. I got a criminal news network photographer, maybe a reporter. I wanted to ask you, sir, your buddy Dani.
I'm working here.
Is he still in the ER?
And for at least one man,
You are now on my radar.
it was a sign that the retribution.
Oh God, bro. Bro, this dude is a nightmare. This dude is actually, oh God. Imagine this guy following you everywhere you go. Oh, dude, that is terrifying. And not even because like he's gonna do something. It's just like he's just scary to look at. You know what I mean? You see him in the corner of your eye coming at you, like coming up to you or something. Like that's a terrifying situation. You know what I mean? He just looks bad. He just not good to look at.
Retribution was about to commence.
I'm going to be scrutinizing you.
But at the same time, it wasn't just those on the right celebrating violence.
Yeah, I mean, this right here, I hope it doesn't end with a both sides ass fucking argument. Because, like, what a perfect depiction. What a perfect demonstration. What is the left celebrating? Literally, like, any kind of moment where the dam breaks against the unstoppable murder of the healthcare system, the private healthcare structure. Okay? What is the right celebrating? Oh, they have all the power. They just want to kill, they want to assassinate pedophiles that they suspect are ruining their lives by, I don't know, doing fucking tort, by allowing no tort reform to happen or something, whatever the fuck these people, because we moved away from the gold standard. Like, also, one movement is comprised of like DSA people at the most. The other one is comprised of fucking pedophiles themselves. Yeah. Radical left broadly wants healthcare for all. Radical right wants to assassinate Dani O'Sullivan and everyone for what they have hallucinated. Their own personal hallucinations. As man watched this and said this kind of anti-right-wing bias creates more extremism. Yeah. Also, Luigi is like a both sides style situation. He wasn't a leftist himself. And it's certain it's I don't think people who are pro Luigi are all left wingers in general. Anyway, guys, this is only 6 hours, but I'm so tired. I got cooked today.